Alright, what is going on, everybody? Been a minute since I put out a riding video. Been working on the garage, moto garage, getting that ready, and did a little insulation work on that today and thought I'd take a break and get out and do a little solo exploring on the XT. Hadn't rode it in a while. Been a few weeks. The tank on this thing's got a little rust in it, so not my carb wasn't clogged up, my fuel filter was clogged up, and so I had to get that sorted before I could even ride it. But I needed a day, not a day, but I needed a little solo ride time. Don't blame them kids for playing in the creek. The entire southeast has been under a drought, and it's 100 degrees, has been nearly every day. Ooh, big pothole. I actually listed the XT for sale the other day, and then immediately started kicking myself for doing it, and realizing that if I sold it 6 months down the road, I would just want another small Dualsport to be able to come out and do stuff like this. I can come out and ride this area or areas like this on the T7. It's not a problem, but when you come out solo, the last thing you ever want to do is find yourself between a rock and a hard place with a big, heavy bike. You know, if I was 6 foot, 6'1" or bigger, then the T7 would probably feel like a fairly lightweight machine. But at 5'7", it's just a little less stressful to be out here on something like this exploring, as opposed to a bigger machine. So anyway, I reckon I'll keep it a little while longer. I wouldn't mind replacing it in the future with something like a KLX 300. The new update on them looks pretty nice with the all LED lights. I don't think there was any mechanical upgrades or changes to them, but just cosmetics. And I've got a Tusk 2-track tire in for the T7. I'm just waiting on the Pirelli to wear down just a fuzz more before I slap that on there. I'm probably not even going to try to change that tire myself. The stock Pirellis in Yamaha's Infinite Wisdom, it seems as though they glued them on. Based on all the experience and stuff I've read, experiences people's had on the Facebook groups trying to get the stock tire to break the rear bead. I'll probably just put the bike on the lift, pull the rear wheel and tire, and I may try to spoon the Pirelli off and see if I can even get the bead to break, but I don't have any fancy bead breaker tools. And so if I can't break it with a pair of spoons, which it seems as though based on everyone else's experience I will not be able to do, then I'm just going to take it to a dealership and have them get it off and install the 2-track, and then we'll finally have something with a decent amount of traction. The Pirelli, the stock Pirelli on the back of the T7 is actually pretty good in a straight line. When I got mine, it already had 4,000 miles on it, and I still felt like it was pretty good. It's just garbage and mud, which you could expect by just looking at the tread type and pattern. We have a big crowd of people down here at this portion of the creek. So anyway, I was not displeased with the stock Pirelli on that T7, but it has no lateral traction at all. If you get like on a side slope, or if you're coming around flat dirt roads like this, turns with no camber, and you just breathe on the throttle, the rear will just step out. And I occasionally like twisting on it and steering with the rear tire, but like it'll step out like, I mean, an uncontrollable amount, just really catch you off guard. So with that in mind, I decided to go with something that, at least by the looks of it, will have a good bit more lateral traction to it. Let's see, what else I got to talk about? The Kenda Trackmaster 2s, I believe, that I'm running on here. I've probably only got maybe, I don't know, 150 or so miles on them, but they're performing great. As you can tell, third gear wheelies on the dirt, not a problem, which you could be running a slick on this XT, and I mean, it's got like 17 horsepower claimed, so I don't know that any tire could be too slick, but whew, it is hot. So hopefully the weather we're at's a little better, not in the middle of a drought. I know Quasi-Motard and that group that I follow, some riders around Texas are about to get hit by the hurricane. So hopefully that's not as bad as it's looking like it's going to be. I know Jamaica completely got leveled by it. And also, we're coming up on 2,000 subscribers, and this has changed a lot. It used to be a house right there, and this was all timber. I can't remember if it was pines for like logging or hardwood stands, what it was. Anyway, we're coming up on 2,000 subscribers pretty quickly. We may already be there. I've been so busy. I haven't been keeping the best eye on what's going on with the channel analytic-wise. But I was planning on doing like a 2,000 subscriber Q&A. So if you have any questions, bike-related, not bike-related, doesn't matter. Just drop them in the comments. I've had one person email me a question, but if I don't get too many more questions, I probably won't even be able to do it. So if you got any questions, leave them in the comments, email them to me at the channel email address. It's in the description of the majority of videos, and it's also on the channel homepage. I know it's there. I'm confused on whether or not to call it a homepage or not, but where you would go to see like community posts and stuff, hit the channel description. The email address is in there as well. And that's about all I got, guys. I just I needed a break for a minute, and figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. Wasn't much of a ride, but any ride's better than no ride. Yeah. It's like the old fishing adage, a day fishing's, how does it go? I can't even think of it at the moment. Any day fishing's better than not a day fishing, or a bad day fishing's better than a good day at the office. Something along those lines. I would head back that way normally, but I don't want to go through that creek again and bother everybody that was there trying to enjoy their Sunday afternoon. So I'll just call it right here. Stay tuned. Like I said, we got some some good content coming. Tire review on the Tusk 2 track, and I've got another ride planned before the end of the year that I'm going to try to lead. Hopefully we'll be able to get a decent group of riders together and should be able to hit probably close to 200 miles that day. As much dirt as I can string together along the route. So yeah, still a good bit of stuff to look forward to coming in the future, and I will catch y'all on the next one.